Well,
What's up?
isn't this a surprise?
Yes, it is. Very much, yes, it is.
Top of the morning to you, Lavis.
Top of the morning to you too, Mr. Al Shula.
Actually, it's the bottom of the morning because we're on Nerd Vengers time.
Yes, most definitely on Nerve Avengers time. But I mean, with the power and everything, with the wire cut, did the best we could,
Absolutely. We had to do what we had to do. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
We appreciate you joining
morning,
us
good
this
morning.
morning. It's your boy Al. It's your boy
Boy
Lavis.
Lavis.
We are in the building. Morning stream. Although this is the After Dark crew, we are up and we are not
Before.
morning people.
Yes.
But we are
not
here
at
for
all.
you,
Nerd Avengers.
Nerd Vengers. So, speaking of, who do we have with us
Let's see.
this wonderful morning?
Let's see who we got in here first. Got the lovely Mike Porter. What's up,
Mike Porter, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Got Lord Vito, JT, Josh L. Nikki. What's good?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Adam G, Jonathan Velasquez, Ultra Instinct, Iron Spider. What's up?
What's good, everybody? Good morning.
Jordan Dijkstra, Wu-Tang Wells, Callisto, see you, Mike Hawes. What's up?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Got Star Wars Talk Show, Ben Edwards, Bill M, Brian Bufka, Sterling Dunklin. What's up?
Oh, my goodness. The names just keep coming. Good morning.
Ain't they, John? Did I already say Jonathan Velasquez? You're going to get double if you did. What's up? What's up?
Double time. Good morning.
Let's see what the Petrucinator? How are we supposed to say that? Petrucinator? That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Definitely a new one. Yeah.
Hey, we
Got
still love them,
Stock
though.
Gaines, Space Wolf Lounge, Justin Simone, what's up? Reefer Man Reviews, Cole Adams, RF Gaming Channel.
What's up? What's
Just
up? What's
pouring
up?
in here.
Everybody, man. This is morning time has quite the crowd. I like it. I like it.
Right, I like that, Lord Vito. You actually said something good this time. You said after breakfast.
I like that. I do like that.
I like
Vito,
after
good job.
breakfast.
Good job, Vito.
That's a good job. You may be on the way to redeeming yourself, but you watch it.
Be very careful.
We got our
'Cause-
eyes on you.
Vito cuts it.
Polyhedral Paradise, what's up?
What's up, Polyhedra? What's up?
Yeah, fair gesture too. Yeah, after breakfast.
I like that. I like
you guys
that.
got your nutritions in today. Today we are both drinking that Lavis Maine coffee drink.
Oh yes.
Too early for the purple.
Too early. Way too early for the purple.
So, Scorpio gang.
Scorpio gang, man. So how's everybody's week? Let's ask that question first.
Yes.
How
Everybody's
is
doing-
your Tuesday morning, right? It is
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Yeah, I believe.
I'm on vacation, so I'm not counting days right now.
I bet you're not.
Hey,
Some of
man.
us still have to make sure.
Oh,
we know
yes.
what day it is.
Oh, well, Shout to y'all.
See, Eric Heine is asking. He said, "Where's Josh at?" So Josh is out there with the other Nerd Venture crew. We're trying to get this wire back together.
Oh yeah.
You notice it's a little dark in here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Not as bright as it usually is. That's because we're trying to get the power and everything back on. We got
Yeah, there's
just
some
enough to come and stream for you guys. So
some very nefarious
morning.
activity going on around the Nerve Engine
Yes.
Tower. We're gonna get into that here in a little bit too, because
and this time it's not Chet.
no, it was not Chet. This was not Chet's fault this time. I think
No,
that damn mouse might have something to do with it. You know what, Lavis?
I think so too.
I might have some proof.
Oh,
I don't know if
really?
we'll get that by this morning, or if people have to check in the after dark for that. But we may have some proof that the
Okay.
mouse had something to do with the Nerve Engine Tower being without power
Right.
and without
Yeah,
internet.
I heard we had something, but it's still Chet's actually decoding it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. We keep our ear to the streets. My boy Lavis and I, we don't play that. So yeah, we trying to find out what's going on, but we're gonna let you know as soon as we do. But
Yes, sir.
without further ado, let's get into some of this nerdy news, man. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we've been going down. I know Josh dropped a video yesterday on the Boba Fett stuff, right?
Yeah. It was actually a really good video and made me come up with a few things that I wanted to question. But we got anything for the people to as a recap?
On the recap?
Yeah.
No, we don't have anything for the recap, but I know in the video he was talking about the Boba Fett series and how it may actually be filming before season 3 of Mandalorian. We may actually get that before season 3 of Mandalorian. And so just speculating, as Josh so lovely does, about what it
Yes.
could be, what could be coming with that season and how important that series could be with the whole story that the Filoniverse is trying to build, and just establishing the fact that there is that Filoniverse and that is a thing that is being created, and just kind of speculating on what the implications of a Boba Fett only show could be.
Yeah, he also had a bit of a speculation in there of a rumor that kind of coincides with what I've been saying,
Oh
that
yeah,
that
that's right.
the Sasha Banks character and Boba Fett
Could
could
have,
definitely be entwined in some
yes,
way.
in some way. In some way. Now that kind of threw me for a loop, because I know, like, I didn't even think of it from that angle. And it's
See?
just like, I don't, but then when he started talking about it, it's like, you know what? Might be onto something with that. Might
Right,
be onto
right.
something with that.
I didn't think of it from the Sasha Banks character being like the daughter or something. That's something different. I didn't think of it that way, but still, like I said, ambiguously, they had something to do with each other. I
Right.
still stick to that. I totally still stick to that.
Right. So for me, man, my question is this, right? If they're gonna do if they're gonna do a Boba Fett only show, is Boba Fett gonna be the thread that ties everything together at this point? Like, are we seeing kind of the birth of where the future of Star Wars will be, in terms of whether that's gonna be Boba Fett, or with with the Rey and the Kylo situation, or Ben Solo at this point
Yeah,
situation? Like, we know how that went. But
right.
the question is, how is that going to tie into what we're getting right now? And could Boba Fett be the answer? Because if you look at it, now that you've kind of established him with the Mandalorian, he's really the main link at this point, from the prequel trilogies all the way up to where we are.
Yeah, yeah. He does kind of bring that tether back with him in a
Yeah,
way. I see that.
because
Uh,
it looks like to
hmm,
me. I mean, there's still we still have to find out how he would connect to the sequel trilogy. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Yeah, yeah.
But like, because Mandalorian takes place in that space kind of between the Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens, like, there has to be more to it, and there has to be more to his story in order for it to warrant him getting his own show. So
Right.
for me, I kind of see it, and wonder if that's the thing. But what do you think about that, man? You think that it could tie into the future of Star Wars, or is this going to just kind of flesh out what he's been doing all this time?
Well, to look at it in retrospect, it would have to tie into at least the past for us, but the future, that's his future of Star Wars. Because
Mm-hmm.
if it's in between everything, it has to somehow how tie to the sequel, like you said. So, uh, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of odd and weird. How I honestly think about it is, it's like we're getting the Mandalorian stories that we never got. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Because it's kind of, there's these untouched properties. You have two of them. I'm not going to say the Mandalorian is untouched, but it's more or less not explored as much. You see it in the Clone Wars, you see it some in Rebels, and but then you have like what happened with Boba Fett, and they're kind of like a dying race in a way.
Right.
So uh to get that, and then now we're getting the baby Yodas, who they really don't talk about it. We have almost no information about uh all together in
Mm-hmm.
one. I feels like they're trying to maybe fill that little bit of space with some info that we don't have. Uh, but I mean, to be completely honest with how bad the sequel trilogies were, I really don't know how they would want. If they were smart, they would like skip over all that. It's kind of like they would fill it in, get to where the sequel matches, and then be like, okay, so yeah, we already know what happened with all this stuff, blah, 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 and
but
here we
can
are.
you
That's what
really
they should
do
do.
that though? Like, that's the thing. Like, because I mean, let's look. We all know how I feel about the sequel trilogy, and for those of you who don't, that shit sucked. Like, that's the easiest way to put it. But we know this. But it is a is this one of our new words? Are we putting canonical, or is that an actual word? It's too early for me to know.
I believe canonical is an
Canonical
actual word,
canonical
but
might be one.
it
So,
sounds right.
all right, well then we're gonna roll
That's
with it.
all I'm going
Then
with right now.
then
So
that's
if somebody's
it.
more awake in the chat wants to
There you
correct
go.
us, we won't care, but you can go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
yes, is now I didn't forgot. the whole reason I was asking you about canonical. It's you see, it's too early. It's too
It
early.
is way too early.
But no, my point was the sequel trilogy. That is a canonical part of the Skywalker saga, according to the people who now have control of this Disney Lucasfilm Star Wars. Like they are the ones writing the story at this point. So
Right.
because of that, we have to kind of, until they tell us otherwise, the sequel trilogy is what it is. And
Right.
I
Pretty
would
much.
much rather see them tie it together in some way and maybe flesh out the stuff that we didn't get. And I think that's one of the points that Josh touched on also in the vid, was that, maybe it's a good thing that they didn't really go super deep in the sequel trilogy, because now Favreau and Filoni can flesh that out and kind of make a lot of what we don't know make sense,
I
and
mean,
kind of
yeah, I can see that.
really improve what we understand the sequel trilogies to be. I mean, they still won't. I
Right.
don't think unless you reshoot them joints, you're not gonna make a new movie. And I just don't see them retconning it. Like as much as I would.
No, I don't know. I don't think they're retconning. I mean, they're like you said, they'll probably acknowledge some things. They might be able to
Mhm.
get close to it and put it in a way that you know, kind of makes things make sense that we didn't get. But at the same time, I feel a slight acknowledgement and then start and go from somewhere else. Like
Got you.
just or after that, like then plug in anything after that. It's just
Got you.
they don't need to acknowledge it too much because I don't know. You got to give me a little bit of time on in space on this. Okay, I just finished
Yeah. See,
watching episode
you have
9.
your
I'm still
wounds
on
are
the
fresh.
heels
See,
of
look.
it. Yeah, I need to still decompress from that. That's almost as
you
bad as the New Mutants experience.
See,
So
for those of y'all who don't know, Lavis only recently experienced the disaster that was The Rise of Skywalker. He just saw that movie. So he's
yeah,
still
yeah,
processing all of those emotions that we dealt with back in December when, we had to stomach that was the actual end of the Skywalker saga according to Disney. So I
right,
understand where you're coming from. I'm more at a
yeah,
place of
yeah,
acceptance now.
yeah,
So
yeah. You
for
had a whole
me,
some years.
yeah, for me, I'm like, well, if this is what we have, then we'll just make the best of it. And I trust Filoni and Favreau to do that for us. But I gotta
I
address
trust that.
really quick in the chat. Um, Polyhedra Paradise said it's too early for your hate, Al. I would agree with you, except we are talking sequel trilogy and Kathleen Kennedy. And I hate to take it there, but you know how I feel about that. So, nah, it's not too early. Not too early at all.
Right, right. Tim Turner. So I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried watching the ending. I was so sad, but not because it was ending, but because of the way it ended. I'm with you. Not I ain't almost cried, but I was watching it, the ending of it, after soaking in the whole movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's over there. So and then it just the way it ended to me was like the worst Western ending ever. It was like somebody random comes out of nowhere and
We're
there's nobody else around, and she's like, "Who are you?" And
right.
she's standing there for like 5 minutes. You mean to tell me this lady really waited for her to stand there and contemplate
I'm trying to
which
tell
name
you.
she was gonna use? Like whatever she said after that, like you're lying, and then walked away. Like that's
See,
how that really should have happened. And then she wants to bury the light. Like no, no. I was thinking about you, Star Wars fans, and I was like, I feel for y'all.
I'm trying to
I
tell
feel
you.
for
You see
you.
now. You see why I
You're
had.
Avengers.
Now you see why and there's a little bit of here's a little bit of inside info. Now you want to know why I had that point in time where I was MIA. I was
Is that why?
recovering. I was I was trying to get over the heartbreak and the depression of having this movie and this saga that I love and adore basically thrown outside with yesterday's trash. Because
Pretty much.
I'm right there with you, and that's the point that I have not addressed is just exactly who the hell was that lady on Tatooine, and where did she come from?
It was. You know what it was actually? It's Palpatine reborn.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
when she said Skywalker, that lady knew
The
she
lady
was
knew.
lying
Yep,
in the first place.
exactly.
So, and she's going to go to the executive producer Maury and get Ray to come on the show and he's gonna be like, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. You are full Palpatine. He is the father, and it's gonna
Well,
happen all over again. Watch.
that
It's gonna be
so
episode 10.
basically, it's gonna be Rise of Skywalker Part 2 because
They're not gonna call it
basically.
episode 10 though. Yeah, but they're gonna call it Rise of the Skywalker 2020.
See, no, man. I don't want any movie with 2020 in it. I don't want a part of anything that has number 2020 in it at all.
Hey,
Nah.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I'm
That's what's
good
gonna
with
happen.
that. I've had
They're gonna
enough.
shock us too. It's gonna drop around Christmas time. Nobody knew they was making it.
Man, are you sure
And
it's
it's
gonna drop
live.
around Christmas time, or is it gonna take
Yeah.
them like an extra 3 years to
I mean,
finish it off?
it's either gonna drop December. What I heard is gonna either drop December 20th or December 32nd.
Okay, well, I would lean more towards the 30-second.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards
Yeah,
32nd myself. But that's still unfortunate because if we have a 32nd day this year,
Ooh, it would, but wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it not be just like this year though? Be like, surprise, we're gonna give you one more day.
yeah, that would actually be what would happen.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's been like that. But we are at the finish line though. We are almost there. I can see it now. We good, people. Just hold on a little bit longer.
Yep.
Speaking of, and I have to go on this tangent really quick. So I finished finally talking about things that, you behind on completing or catching up with. I finished Detroit Become Human last night.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
You're probably much further than I am, but okay. How did that go?
It was very interesting. Now, I'm the person that in any game where you have the choice or you have decisions, I'm always gonna lean light side with my choices. Like that's just me. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I may go back
At
later.
first, at least.
Yeah, exactly. I might go
Yeah.
back later and see. Let me do this. Let me do this my way. But
Yeah.
I usually go light side up to that point. So I went light side here, and I was basically I took the pacifist approach when it came to the leader, Marcus. Spoiler alert, by the way, if anybody really gives a damn, I'm probably sure you don't. But
right.
The reason I brought up, it said the whole.
Hold on, then. Since you want to say that, Detroit. If you guys have never played Detroit, it's Detroit Becoming Human.
Yes.
And it's practically a game that it's in the future, and they have effective androids, if you will, and AI. So they have cars that drive themselves, and they have flesh-looking androids, but they are used as like sort of a maid service. So they'll be out there cleaning your trash. Some of them are starting to become football players in baseball. Some of them are just used in the house as just housekeeping products. If they break or whatever, they take them back to a facility. They fix them up real quick. But they're treated like trash pretty much. And the AI is accepted, but at the same point, the AI is starting to break free of that and want to become its own thing. So that's the title of Becoming Human. So you go through, it's one of those, you pick hit square, triangle, or you pick different, you can move around and walk around and stuff, but you pick different decisions based on what's going on in the environment, and you can go good, light, in the middle, or whatever, and it just progresses the story that way. So, all right, go ahead. Just
cool.
Now they kind of know.
Appreciate the recap. Perfect. and for my man, FC Lopez, if you really are still planning to play the game, then you might want to cover your ears for this next
if
2.5.
you care, it's still a good game.
Still a great game.
Me,
yes,
I'm still gonna play it.
So my thing was, you get to the end, and the whole time they set this game up as in the way that humans, as a well, I won't say for the most part, but the government in this game is not trying to hear it when it comes to these robots being free.
Right.
Like to the point where it's basically like shoot on sight. You get to a point where it's
hunting some of them.
Right. Like they're literally like basically door to door, like finding these cats and blasting them. Like there's a point where you're literally in a bus station and like they're checking temps, and when they realize you are a robot, they blast you in front of like everybody. So yeah, it's crazy. It just gets next level. But
yeah.
So the whole time they set this up, and they showed the president, who looked a hell of a lot like Hillary Clinton, which was crazy. But they show the president, and she's like monitoring, watching this the whole time. And they basically get to a point where it's a standoff between the leader of the robots and the last little group of what they call deviants, which are the robots who are self-aware at that point.
Yeah.
It's like a final standoff with them, right? And the reason it rung my bell when I just said this was because one of the options it gives you, like right before you have a moment of truth, where it's like, are you going to stick to your beliefs and be nonviolent with it, or are you going to like take this opportunity to lash out and save your life by like annihilating these cops or whatever? So one of
Right.
the options it
Okay.
gives you is to sing, and I'm
Really?
just like exactly,
That's one of
exactly.
those you save it real fast
That's
because you're gonna pick that option and you want to go back. The
exactly what
real
I did
option to
too.
do. Yeah. See.
So I saved and I was
Exactly.
like, all right, I got to explore this. I got to know what happens. And I'm going to just have to say it the way that it was. They started singing a spiritual, bro. Like,
What? Really?
like Jesse Williams
What
and his
character was
whole,
it?
it was Jesse.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and like he started singing and then the rest of the robots joined in and they had a full on chorus like right there. And in that
Wow.
moment, the robot singing is what made the president decide, all right, you know what? I can't kill y'all. Y'all actually got
Y'all
voices.
got some soul.
Y'all got some soul. I was so confused. I was so thoroughly confused for a game that built up the way that it did. And I know there's multiple endings and everything else, and I'm gonna probably go
Yeah.
back and check them out. But I would expect from a good ending like that. That says a lot
Wow.
about what, like in my opinion, that says a lot about what the writer thinks about our society at this point. Because
Pretty
it's like,
much. We
man,
need that.
that was the
We need
best we
that.
got, the best we got. But yeah, man, it's just wild,
That's
man. It was very
that's
interesting.
something new, but it's not unexpected because I've seen some of the background stuff to it
Mm-hmm.
that they give you the art and everything, and then
Mm.
while playing the game, there's certain options that you can make in environments. So like you picking up art supplies and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, and you actually get to do some of the art and then pick which direction you wanted to go with it. So it doesn't surprise me
Oh
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
put
yeah.
some kind of
No.
yeah.
It wasn't that it was a shock. It was the method in which they chose
Right,
to
yeah, no,
present
which
this
yeah, no, I
information.
get that.
But
No,
no, it was
that don't surprise me neither.
exactly, exactly. It was
Definitely.
funny to me, man. Though, but the game, I
No,
still think it
definitely.
was a great game. I think it's worth playing. So if you catch it free or you pick it up like on a sale, definitely check that out.
Got you. Yeah, no, yeah. It is a good game. It's a
Oh
nice
yeah.
casual one for sure. Uh but speaking of some things in games
Well,
and
yeah. Just a second, because I have to address. This has to be Josh. Can't be Chet. Says the chance the rapper write that game story. He may have, because you get to the end of that game and it's just like it literally was like, excuse me, it literally was though. Like I BS you not. It was like the end of a chance of like a Chance the Rapper album in like
oh wow, really?
2015. Like the way they just started singing this song, bro. Like you just like, and they all had like perfect pitch. Everybody was like, "Did y'all practice this? Like, is this something that's written into
Wow.
like these robots programming? Is that they can sing you to sleep or
I mean,
something?"
they're
Because like
robots,
they were
so
on it,
it should
bro.
sound frequency.
Like when
Yeah.
you go back, I'm like, man, no, that sounds like Kurt Franklin choir. Like this ain't this is not this is
See, now
not
I'm
just
gonna have
normal.
to
I'm
I'm gonna
telling you,
have to
man.
at least go catch a video or something like that of this because the way you talking about this right now makes you want to just go see it. I'm not gonna play the game and then pick that option. I'm gonna go watch it. I know
Yeah,
somebody else do
I'm
it
I'm
already.
telling you, man. I'm telling you. Real quick, I'm gonna circle back to Mando, so I can answer Anthony Manzano's question here. He says, "Al, I'm not sure if this is BS or true, but there's rumors going around that Sasha Banks' character is not Sabine Wren or High Inquisitor, but a character from Squadrons. Maybe. I
Yeah,
mean, I did
I don't.
not, admittedly finish the Squadron story. I have not done that yet, mainly
Right. I mean,
because
it's
like Squadrons demoralized me as a man because I was terrible at that game, like in ways that I could not even imagine. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check into that. I had not
you
seen it
know,
yet.
there's also a character in Battlefront
Hmm.
that I think she's already an actress,
Oh, you're talking
but
to Iden Versio?
yeah,
She,
but
I
I mean, I don't know. It's
yeah,
just
she. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I could see that, but I don't see anywhere in like playing because I played Battlefront. I don't
yeah,
I can't see anywhere in that game that you could insert her into the timeline with Mandalorian. Like I don't
gotcha.
think it would be her because they kind of give you everywhere that she was during that point, and I just don't see any point where she would be kind of running from that. But the squadrons thing sounds interesting. Like that makes me actually want to go play the rest of the campaign now to go see.
Yeah, I didn't finish the campaign.
But yeah.
Now that was a good part of the game. And it's not that I didn't like the multiplayer too much. I'm just not a big fan of first-person player.
Yeah, I got you.
First-person view. I'm just not.
Yeah, I really do wish, and I know it probably sounds very noob of me, but I really do wish they had kept the mode or the flying in that game like it was in Battlefront. I know it's supposed to be a flight simulator, but at least give me a mode or something or a view option. Because I was so terrible, and I didn't have a flight stick and was trying to use a controller, and it just.
I think it's better as a VR game.
Yeah, probably. I don't even, although I don't know how long I could play something like that.
As a VR, it'd be fun. As a VR.
Yeah. No, I think it would be fun, but I'm saying like just from a nausea standpoint. Like I don't know how long. Because I remember I played on VR the Batman game that they had, and that was like maybe 90 minutes worth of stuff, and you weren't really even doing that much. And like by the time I got out of that, I was just like, whoa, okay. Like,
no, I like some VR games. If you got some good ones.
We know which pill you'll be taking when it comes time to choose in the Matrix.
No, I'd probably get, if it was like an everyday thing, no, I'd have to get out of that.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay in that now.
You're right. I should have known, because there's no way I would have stayed in there either.
Wow, Mike Hawes says less than 1,000 people still play that game.
Really?
How many people still play Avengers?
Ooh, great question.
I will give like 5,000 points to anybody who tells me. I said, "What's up, Renee?" Anybody tells me how many people still play Avengers, I can guarantee that it's more.
And I'll double that if you could tell me how much money that Crystal Dynamics
and Square
Enix, how much money did they lose?
Yeah,
on that game, which I have played. Now I have thoroughly given a try, and unfortunately, yes, it was. That's thoroughly. That's enough for me to know. That's enough. That was enough for me to get to know what I'm getting out of that game.
I suppose.
Nah, bro. Not for me, man. I tried. Josh Nicky says 48 mil. Tim Turner 60 to 65 mil. E equals MCU asks, wow, Avengers game is that bad? I don't want to say it's bad, but it's bad. It's okay. I will be honest. I will be completely real with y'all.
All right, I'm about to say, tell me at least what you said.
If you are playing it with a group of people, if you have a group of people, it is enjoyable, because a lot of the game's shortcomings are forgivable because you're more caught up in playing with the people that you're playing with. However, what I didn't say, and what I should have said, Mr. Lavis, is we played Titanfall after that. And Titanfall has been out for how long?
That I don't know.
We know it's been well longer than Avengers. And
I didn't really discover that game until it was free on the PlayStation Network earlier this year.
And we had more fun playing Titanfall than we had playing Avengers.
I don't know. Oh, there he goes right there, Cap. Yeah, we tried to with Cap, the noob.
There. Man, well, shout out to Cap and his AOL internet, man. Cap's the only person that's probably got internet from 2001 still. Because trying to play a game with Cap is like next to impossible.
Hey,
it's like you get him
actually go get Tom Cruise to do the Mission Impossible just to get him to be able to log on.
Tell me about it. Like just literally what you have to do. Literally what you have to do. But I mean, if anybody's the man to do it, apparently it's Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm saying
he does his own stunts. So
he does it. Yes. So
he will get it there.
So I mean, like, they had the whole thing about Tom Cruise and possibly being Tony Stark, Iron Man. Do you think? And I don't know if we've asked this question this way, but do you think that there's any way that he could do a better job in that role than? No.
Before you even try to finish that, no. I'm actually glad, because I remember back when they were talking about doing Iron Man in the first place in 2007. and they were already trying to eye Tom Cruise. They wanted Tom Cruise, and he said no. And
Yeah.
I was glad when I seen that they got RDJ, and then when I seen him actually with the screen test and
Right,
all of
right,
that,
right.
I was like, nah, Iron
Gotcha.
Man,
Iron Man.
RDJ. After that, no,
I
you
got you.
can't turn that
I
back
got you.
in. Nah, most def no. But
So, yeah.
I will tell you what. Did you look at this Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you the same question. See, look, there we go again. There we go
Oh, was that?
again. It, it,
They
oh
got
man.
them Wonder Bro powers.
You
You know what
know,
I'm saying?
it's
So it's
Scorpio
just
activate.
Scorpios activate.
Yes.
Uh, but no, I'm looking at the render,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks actually more believable and better than Cumberbatch does.
Really?
Yes, I'm about to say if there's some kind of way
You're gonna have to drop
that you
that in
can
the
pull up,
Discord so I can bring that up.
yes, I
I
will
need to bring that
because
up because I
looking
gotta
at
see
this,
this.
I'm almost kind of wishing that they did this with him first. To be completely honest,
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to show
most
me.
definitely. Nah, it's in the Discord right
Okay,
now. Go
yep.
ahead and pop that up and show it to the people
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how many people here in the chat agree
Got
because
you.
it's awfully interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, like
Let
hurry up.
me. All
Let me
right.
stop.
Look.
It's like I want
Don't
these
rush
results.
me, man. No. All right, let's switch it over
All
and
right,
see
I'll
what
sit
we
back
got,
and
man. Hold up.
yeah, I'll sit back and
Uh-oh.
sip this lavish Maine coffee drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that in the gift shop.
There we
Let
go.
people go buy that.
I'm
That
trying to
right
tell
next
you,
to the
man.
purple drink. All
That
these
lavish
drinks.
main coffee drink, and then we also need the after dark roast.
Right. Yes.
We need
Totally
to
need
we
an
need
after
Taylor.
dark
We need
roast.
after dark roast.
Luke Skywalker says Joaquin sucks. I mean, he's not bad. I like Joaquin. I just think as long as he sticks into roles that suit him, and you believe it or not, Doctor Strange is a very mundane, flat kind of character. But he's about his business at the same time, and I
Right.
think Joaquin can pull that off. I think that's really the reason why people even like the Joker is because he portrayed that great. Like just as a person that you can look at from the outside looking in, I
So
give him that.
so just real quick, not this one.
No, they're
No.
even like how they're even having a hard time rendering that. Like, look at that. That's just not even believable. I don't believe
Yeah,
any of that stature
I don't
whatsoever.
see it. I don't see it.
No,
It just it doesn't click for me.
no. It just looks
But where's
awkward.
the
Look, go all the way up. It's actually the
oh, this
title.
first one?
There you go. Yeah. I mean, just looking at
Oh, I
that.
see what you said. Okay.
I mean, like, look at that, and you look at the comic book character,
Well, yeah, to the
and
comic
tell me
book
that
camera.
doesn't
Okay,
exactly.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you had given that to me first, sure. But I already have Benedict Cumberbatch. And he's already been the Sorcerer Supreme in the MCU that is etched into my mind. See, this is
Yeah, but they're already talking about killing him off and replacing him with another Sorcerer Supreme.
yeah, but see
That voodoo dude.
that's got to be in my mind a contractual thing, right? Like that has to be some
Maybe.
Benedict wants a lot of money and they ain't trying to pay Ben them stacks. Like that's what that comes off to me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I don't see him staying in the MCU long anyway.
No.
I feel like that character was a purpose to serve. You know what I mean?
Right,
It was
right.
good to see him have his own movie. But even his second movie, and every time you seen him after that, it was a purpose to serve. He wasn't
Got you.
really out there doing nothing. He was in a cut scene, a cameo, and Infinity, and the very end game. You know what I'm saying? So my Doctor Strange 2, shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cumberbatch one dies off and they put Joaquin Phoenix in because he managed to like open a rift or something and bring back an alternate universe Doctor Strange to fix everything.
Well,
Like I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I mean, yeah, at this point, what would surprise you from the MCU? You know what I'm saying? Like everything's on the
Um,
table with them cats. Like that's a
yeah, pretty
we
much.
might have to talk about that one Thursday night because I
Yeah.
want to get into that. Like what could the MCU do at this point that would shock like the sweaties, not the normies. I'm saying like what would they have to pull off to shock us?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah,
contemplate that.
yeah,
Come up with something.
exactly. But I mean,
Yeah,
with the whole Doctor Strange thing, man, like if they want to transition and do that, I mean, I guess we have no choice but to accept it because
I don't
it
think
is
they'll
what it is.
transition.
But yeah, I don't. To see him in the role, I tell you, that does make me very curious to see how he would translate that character on screen. I just don't see
Right.
him having the temperament to be that role. You know, to play Stephen Strange. Like he doesn't have, in my opinion, the arrogance needed to play that role. Like maybe he could pull that off, but I would have to see it. I would definitely have to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd be able to pull it off. To be honest, like I said, looking at him and looking at the way they did his makeup and his hair, if they do that
Mm-hmm.
in the movie, if you look at the comic book character, they look pretty much identical. Identical. Cumberbatch was close for who they
Yeah.
could get.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be spot on. And as far as his acting goes, uh, for what I don't know, I have to look it up so don't quote me. But the way he seems to go about his process, he seems to be a bit of a method actor.
Yeah.
Uh, I think if he'll actually dive into, because he seems like he's starting to get into comic book characters with doing the Joker. I think if he dives into it, he'll come out and
Right.
it'll pretty much, because he doesn't have to go through the whole origin. You know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
have to get an origin Doctor Strange. It'll just be Doctor Strange as Doctor Strange is in the future, which I think would be good for a person like Joaquin Phoenix versus Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
He needs to be
No, I totally get where you're coming from. I have to see him on screen with the
yeah.
type of arrogance, like all, and it turns from arrogance to, I can't put my finger on the word, but it's like it transitions to more of a like authority, like more just being like confident,
Yeah.
sure of
Well,
what you know.
he becomes he's like already has that kind of hubris
Right.
as being a
Exactly.
doctor already. So he's just transitions from it being medical to it being metaphysical
Right.
and mystical. So
Yeah.
yeah, so he still acts like he's the top dog no matter what dimension he's in, but it's not always like that. Totally not always like
Facts.
that.
Facts. I feel you. I feel you. But
But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
let's take it to the chat though. I'm interested to see who do you think would be a better pool or a better look for an MCU movie? Tom
Uh,
Cruise, Iron
mhm.
Man, or Joaquin Phoenix as Doctor
Doctor
Strange?
Strange. I see Mr. Anderson here already talking about he was pretty damn arrogant in Gladiator. He said, "Watch it again."
Yeah, no, he was arrogant, but it was the type of arrogance though. Like he was arrogant, but it was more of a like that boyish, like immature type, like I'll make it all about me type arrogance. I didn't see, and even in that role, there were times in the movie where I just did not believe that he was the dude he was trying to portray himself as. Like especially when he was trying to flex on my man, when he would go out in front of him and try to show out at the Coliseum. Like it
He was
didn't.
arrogant, but he wasn't aggressive. His
There you
character
go.
was
That's what it
he
is.
wasn't yeah, that's what it
The
is for you. He just wasn't aggressive. He had the whole arrogance in the mouth and the talk when it
right.
actually really came down to it, he wasn't nothing.
I didn't believe that.
So
Yeah, I did
yeah.
not believe.
Right. But at the same time, for that character, that's how you
That's
were
he.
supposed to look at
Facts.
him.
Facts. Exactly.
So
I guess yeah. So again, that's not to say he can't do it. I just have to see it
right.
and see it translate because it was the same.
I think that's kind of what it is when people look at certain actors and why they're chosen or being put in certain roles. They look at the characters that they played and then they judge the character. They don't judge the actor. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like kind of, and I'm not saying you don't really do that, but I think some of us do. Like I even might do it sometimes. Like, well,
Oh no,
you look at this
I
character and how they
definitely
played,
do
and then
because
then you
yeah.
get hit with that point. Like you were supposed to look at it that way, and you're like, you know what? And I believed it for that.
Yes.
So yeah, it's 50-50, I suppose.
Oh no, man!
We can
Like
tell you.
you definitely right with that, man. I'm trying to do a real quick search for my man that I'm thinking about because there is an actor who and I'm gonna say the name and then everybody's gonna look at me crazy and be like, how do you forget his name? But my man that played Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy, I always forget
Oh,
his name.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker. That's what I thought too. Is it Mike? I thought I couldn't tell if it was Rooker or Hooker,
It might.
but
I think it's Rooker.
he and you'll be able to feel me on this one, bro. For the first half of his career, I hated that man's guts, and I didn't even know who he was because he seemed like every time you had a movie where there was like some type of a racial implication or something
Hmm.
of that sort, my man got picked to be in that movie. He was in
Yeah.
Rosewood, he was in Mississippi Burning, and I'm just like, I don't know you, bro, but if I see you, I'm gonna have some questions, man. And then it was the same thing that I like you saying right now. It's like you realize that's exactly the character that they hired him to play. And then you flip
Right.
and you see him on Guardians, you see him even in The Walking Dead, and it was just like
Hmm.
you get this different perspective and you
Hmm.
realize like this dude is just amazing at his craft. Like he is
Right.
just amazing at what he at being able to bring these characters to life on screen. And maybe that's what it is with Joaquin. I've just never seen him put that character out because even when he did the Johnny Cash movie, like I love that movie, and I think he
Right.
nailed that character. But even then, like the arrogance and the bravado that he showed as Johnny Cash was still in a reserved fashion, in this
Okay.
like way that like he's great at playing that. My question,
Right.
and it's not that I doubt it, but my question is, can you translate that into the more aggressive version of arrogance that's kind of needed for Stephen Strange, according to the way he was portrayed in if we're to believe that he will have the same personality traits as the Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange, are you able to like exude those characteristics on
From
screen and
Joaquin
make it?
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm saying like,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, for Joaquin Phoenix, can you
Yeah.
if they're bringing you in and they're saying you're gonna be Stephen Strange, are you gonna be the same Stephen Strange that we've seen on screen so far? Or are you gonna be a
Right.
different iteration of Stephen Strange? Because if you're gonna
If
be,
anything, I think he should be more than what Cumberbatch is because I would say he should be an older. If they were to bring him in, he should play an older version
yeah,
of the Cumberbatch Strange. He should be looking at Cumberbatch like, why don't you have this? Why ain't you did this? Like, yeah, you did great here, 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 and here, but I can't believe that I was this stupid in this. You know what I'm saying? He
yeah,
should be more like that Doctor Strange towards Doctor Strange, which I think
got
would
you,
be interesting because the Cumberbatch Doctor Strange is kind of like I understand what you mean. Like, okay, he's supposed to be arrogant and everything, but when Cumberbatch became Doctor Strange, he had to become humbled.
no,
So
yeah,
now we're going to
mm-hmm.
see a Doctor Strange to where he went from being humbled to being arrogant all over again because of his stature or his
Got you,
job that he's supposed to handle. He's
right.
supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme, you know what I'm saying? So now he's looking at a younger or alternate version of him that's not. I think that version should be, he needs to come in definitely at least completely arrogant. His character
Oh
is
yeah,
already going to have that aggression by itself. So, like, I was
I got you.
surprised to see Cumberbatch in Infinity War even stand up to Thanos as much as he did. You know what I mean?
See, but
Like
exactly, I was too
I
because I
thought he
did,
was tucked tail a little bit.
and the thing for me, like you said, you know how he stood up to Thanos, and for me, it wasn't the Thanos stuff, it was him and the interactions between him and Tony Stark, and the fact that like
Yeah.
wit for wit, he was able to match Tony, and that's what I wonder about with Joaquin is like, can you exude that same level of confidence or certainty? Because I've just never really seen that in any of his other portrayals. So it's like for me, and that's again, I'm not saying he can't do it. I just
Right.
haven't
Right.
seen it.
You didn't
And
see it. Right.
and
No, I get
and with Benedict, like I said, it shocked the hell out of me to see him kind of, you know, like when he was talking to Tony and Tony's asking what he says, like, I'm saving your world or saving your butt, douchebag. Like they were able to go
right.
back and forth, and I'm just like watching the movie, like, damn, like Strange ain't backing down from Tony. Like Tony
Right.
hitting him, and it's like, nah, you're not gonna outwit me, dude. Like our intelligence levels is, you know, we here with it. That was really interesting to me.
Right, right. No, I mean, but ultimately, if they even got Joaquin for it, and I keep seeing it pop up in the chat, and I have to agree with you guys. I don't really see him like a longevity. If they got him to come
Yeah,
in, he
I
would
got you.
probably just be for that movie. But I don't think he would do something as short as just like a cameo. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
another game pop in, I'm here to help type deal. I think he would actually have a big part of progressing the story, at least if he came back into it. But I don't know. I mean, the more they keep talking about what they're doing with this multiverse and who they're trying to get to come back in, and it's ironic that they're getting of course, they're going to go to the old actors who wanted to play it in the first place,
hmm
which brings me up to a question I see keep popping up. I think it's Anthony Manzano keeps asking.
Yeah.
Uh, if Cap were to come back, which version would you like to see, or which actor would you like to see play him? Um, but it's
Hmm.
just like what are they doing with this? You know what I mean? Because I heard that they moved it now, so it's not going to be right after WandaVision. It's supposed to be a little bit later in the timeline.
Okay.
So uh, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, what is it they're honestly trying to do? Are they trying to do like a reunion type deal already, or are they
No.
trying to like entertain at the same time, but throwing all the what ifs as a homage thing? They haven't even dropped their what if cartoon series
No,
yet.
not yet.
So, which you would honestly think that that would probably wind up coming out if they were smart. It should have came out already. Because it's voice actors.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be together, but I don't know.
Well, I think
That's
I
just
think
my
a lot
opinion.
of that has to do with just scheduling, and nobody expected 2020 to be what 2020 has turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that you know Marvel, for all of their infinite wisdom, and Feige knew that they were going to have to keep shifting things around the way that they did. And I think too, some of this, and let's be real about it, like some of this is reactionary, right? Because we all agreed that the multiverse talk for Marvel kind of picked up once we heard what DC had planned after Fandom. Like when we started
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
wind
yeah,
of
yeah.
all of that, then that's when we started getting hit with all of this Marvel news. So I think some of this is Feige and the MCU pivoting and saying, all right, we got to go this route now. So we got to shift this. We're going to move this back because we want to flesh out the story more in this way. And I think that's where, a lot of these changes are coming from. And I think what they're trying to do is have their cake and eat it too. Right? I think
Right.
what they're
Yeah, no, I
trying
can
to
see
do
that.
is they're trying to establish the multiverse, but they're also trying to make sure that they do it first and that they put their stuff out there before DC has a chance to do it. So it's
Well,
like they're trying
I,
to
I
repeat.
agree with that all the way up to either before. I would say because I think they have the ability to do it before. Um, but I would probably say if not before, at least on that line in that competitive,
Yeah,
I would say they would probably try to do that. And I think that they would probably do that instead of doing it before, because yeah, they would probably capitalize and make all their money if they dropped right before them. But think about how much money or how much more money they could probably make if they did it and it was a competitive thing. If people were to go watch what DC's doing and then compare it to what Marvel's doing,
well,
you're already going to have those shills who are going to be like Marvel's better, but the competition and the money they can make there is
see, that's
pretty much
but that's why I think they're gonna like do it before. Like that's why they want to drop their, and I don't mean like the whole big giant event, but
right.
I think they want to start sowing those seeds and get people used to that idea before DC starts
Right.
dropping
Like,
their
oh,
stuff.
we did it
Because
first.
yeah,
We
and
did it
and
first.
and then also to be so that they can be the litmus test. It's like kind of like the whole thing where you had Avengers first, then by the time you get Justice League, what are you doing? Comparing Justice League to every Avengers movie you've seen so far.
Right,
So
right, right.
it's like the same thing with the multiverse. It's like if we can put our stuff out there first and give people an idea of what to expect, then when DC drops it the way that they do it, immediately the first thing people are going to want to do is compare it. And they're going to want to go
Right,
back, and that'll end up. And if you do that, if you do it first, then you can draw interest in people because it's like we get you because we first out the gate. Then whenever DC comes around and drops their stuff, we get you on the comeback because you want to see this stuff again so that you can
right,
have something fresh to compare it to. So it's like they're playing. I think Feige and Disney are playing the long game that way, and
right.
I think the thing that I don't want to say concerns me because again, it's like in Kevin Feige I trust, but the thing that I wonder is like will you get to a point where it's too much too soon? Like
Right,
are
right, right.
normies ready for you to blow that whole thing wide open and are they going to care about it?
Right.
Because
Well, that's why I say I think that they will do it. If you were to say they'll do it before, I don't think there'll be too much of a space in between what
got
they
you.
did or what they do and what DC does. You know how sometimes their movies kind of do fall in line in the same year.
Mhm.
It'll be like maybe they'll secure the May, July, but DC will hit somewhere in the Octobers, and but they'll hit November. It'll be something like that.
Right.
I don't think that they'll have like a couple years. It won't be no like year span. It'll be a few months.
Few months. Got you.
That's when
Yeah.
they compare.
Well, they'll
Yeah.
have
So
to
if
because
they do it first, then yeah, they'll get that comeback. So
right, and they'll have to do it like they'll have to do it in in steady doses because you can't expect normies to be able to continue to like know where that left off. Like if you have like several months between your content, like they're not going to keep unless you have some kind of a recap. Which I can't remember my man's name, but the cat from Ant-Man. Um,
Paul Rudd.
no, not Paul Rudd, but the sidekick dude, the one talks fast, Latino brother. I
Oh,
can't think
Michael
of his.
Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
So
Pena, how do I say it?
right. So apparently there is a video or footage of him as that character recapping the entire Infinity Saga.
Yeah. I see that.
I need that. I need that. If there's a link out there somewhere, if somebody holler at Feige, tell him, look, I won't tell nobody else. Like I need to I need to see that, man, because that I think is some of the most hilarious shit. Period. And when it comes to like that, and that's what makes the MCU so cool to me. Like is every movie there's a little piece of flavor from every movie, with the exception of maybe Captain Marvel, I think, and Iron Man 2.
Right.
But I can't think of any other movie where there's not something like a little piece where it had like of its own flavor that gets like woven into like that MCU tapestry. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's really cool that they were able to do that and kind of build all of that in. And speaking of Captain Marvel, here's a question for you. Captain Marvel 2. Can that movie? Yeah, I'm just saying. Do you think that?
Want to see that at all?
Yeah, like I would venture to say people don't. Like I don't think anybody wants to see Captain Marvel 2. The question I have though is just, do you think that a Captain Marvel 2 could turn perception of that character or that franchise around? Could they save Captain Marvel?
They could save Captain Marvel if they turn her into the version that they made in the 90s in the cartoon, the Miss Marvel, the actual Miss Marvel, in the black costume with the long hair and the mask, and make her affiliated with the X-Men. Then they can save Captain Marvel.
Gotcha.
But I guess in the end of me even saying that, it doesn't save Captain Marvel because now she's Miss Marvel, so Captain Marvel's dead. But I mean, as far as the character goes, if you want to look at Brie Larson differently, if that's the question you're asking, turn her into a Miss Marvel, make her canon with the X-Men, people would be more interested in that version. But Captain Marvel herself, I just don't think she's not a very high rated character, period. And like not even in the comics. People do like her, people are aware of her. But as far as her personality and characteristics go, she's a very abrasive character. So there's not many people who resonate with that. You know what I'm saying? She's straightforward, she's dry. There are people who are like that. So they'll probably see the appreciation in that character, but as far as for an entertainment thing, she's not a character that you would see completely by herself. They had to put her with Nick Fury.
Gotcha.
They had to drop a whole bunch of little Easter eggs. So could they save it? I don't know. Make it more action. Make it more action. Give her a decent love interest and keep it off Earth, and you have a chance.
Got you.
That's my take.
I got you. Yeah, I don't
want to see an Earthbound Miss Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, that to me that just for an origin, I think they spent way too much time with her on Earth. Like I think
they had to do that for the origin.
I but that's the thing though. Like I thought we had gotten past that with the MCU at that point. I think that was the movie where you just got like, okay, enough with the damn origins.
Yeah, but I mean, are we ever really past that? I mean, okay, so they had to do the origins with the Avengers because nobody knew about them. Then they had to do the origins with the Guardians of the Galaxy in a way because nobody knew about them.
Right.
I think it's just the way that they did it. They did it like in Origin. You know what I mean?
Well, see, but the thing that was cool though was
flashbacks would have been better.
But look at the way they changed it though, and I felt like they did a switch up with Batman and with Black Panther and with Spider-Man.
See, they sprinkled Batman in that.
You always sprinkle Batman in everything, man. Sprinkle some Batman on it. Let's get out of
here. Right.
But exactly. But like with Black Panther and with Spider-Man, they got introduced in Civil War, and then we got their solo movie. So we got the origin, and in the case of Spider-Man, I guess there really wasn't any origin in that, which was cool. Like that was the whole thing
Right,
was like
right. I
finally
got
we
you.
just get straight to it. And even with Black Panther, like we got an explanation and kind of fleshed out of who he was and where he came from, but like
Yeah.
that wasn't a let me show
Uh,
you the first Black Panther. Like there are ways to do the origin without
I got
necessarily doing the movie. And I think that's the way that they transition. And I think going forward, that's how we'll see a lot of these characters done is that they'll get introduced in other
Well,
projects
and okay,
first.
so touching on those with due respect on
Yeah.
Black Panther, um, he kind of got his origin in, was it Civil War, where they killed his father?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of got to see an origin of Black Panther, and
Yes,
then
of
it was
course.
explained in his movie. So okay, I got you on that.
Right.
Uh, but like it goes back to what I said about Captain Marvel, though. Like how many people really were aware of Captain Marvel, as far as even normies go, that you had no, that you couldn't, that you know what I'm saying, you could skip over that. She was mentioned at
Mm-hmm.
the end of Infinity War with the beeper.
Right.
And if you didn't really do an origin story for Captain Marvel for those types of people, what movie would you have fit in between there that would have led to Infinity War? What other movie? What, an Ant-Man 3 ahead of, or Ant-Man 2 ahead of time? They already was doing Ant-Man 2.
Right.
So
Well,
what
yeah,
other
from
movie
a
would
from a
you,
scheduling standpoint, like, because that's
yeah,
really what you're talking about there. It's like, well, I
right.
mean,
You
I
know,
don't
at the
know. I guess I would say I would have planned scheduled the movies differently, because what I would have done instead, if at that point in the MCU, like, unless you're gonna give me the Captain Marvel origin story before like Age of Ultron, right? It would have
same,
had like for that type of a movie. That was a movie like I think that was Phase 2. That's like a Phase 2 movie, in my opinion.
right.
And
Not to cut you off, but XR Coon, you know what? He actually has a good point, which might sway you a bit
what
while
is
you're
that?
going and answering this. But he said Black Widow. Believe it or not, instead of Captain Marvel, if we had maybe gotten
Okay.
a Black Widow kind of thing with that, I could probably see that. But then again, you know, okay, so we're talking in between Infinity War here.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Black Widow is more of a movie that you would have seen after
But
Civil
with
War.
Black Widow though, you've seen Black Widow in how many movies before? If
Right.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So my thing
So,
is with Captain Marvel, I don't think I think what part of the problem with that movie, other than it just seemed like they were trying to hit you way over the head with their message overall. I'll just leave it at that. But I think part of the problem is you don't really have a vibe for who this character is at all by when you watch the movie. You know what I mean? It's not like
right.
you don't know who she is. They try to pull the Ant-Man thing and she's just not as charismatic. I think if you would have
Right.
had a situation where you could have done it in a post-credit scene or in a little scene within a Thor movie where Thor's out in the galaxy somewhere and he runs into her. And that's kind
Okay.
of the first where you see her in space
So
and
what you
you
saying is she just needs to be a supporting and or cameo character. She didn't really need to have her own
no, she
movie.
could have
And
had her own movie. Just don't let her own movie be the first time we really get to see her in action.
don't let her own movie be the what?
Don't let her own movie be the first time we see her in action. I think that's
Okay.
part. I think
I got
part
you. I
of it
think that's
was
probably what got
if
you.
you show me Captain Marvel first, and I see that we got Captain Marvel out here in space doing whatever, that's gonna make me want to know, well, who the hell is Captain Marvel and where did Captain Marvel come from? As
Right.
opposed to, oh, let me squeeze this Captain Marvel movie in on you because we're gonna make her a really big important part of Endgame. And it's like, well, why? Because like as far as I'm concerned, she really didn't need to be there.
Right. Right. I got
Whereas
you.
if you would have given her some significance earlier in the saga, I'd have been more receptive to the movie and to her showing up in Endgame and doing what she did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. So it'd have been more of let you see her first and make you wonder who she is to go watch the origin
Yeah, I
than to
mean,
just be like you see something on a beeper and be like, what's that supposed to mean?
right. Because it's like I think of it like with T'Challa, right? Now, look, let's take the obvious aside. Like, yes, we know that when I saw T'Challa, there was no way that I wasn't gonna want to go see Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? We get that.
Mhm.
But like, just for the average fan, when you see what happens in Civil War, right? That makes you want to know more about Black Panther. Because if you don't know anything about the comics, if you just straight normie, just watching these movies, you get to Civil War and you see the Black Panther arc in Civil War, you want to know, if nothing else, after seeing the post-credit scene, what the continuation of the Bucky situation is going to be with when it comes to him. Because at that point, Bucky's in Wakanda. So whether you give a damn about Captain America or not, or I mean, I'm sorry, Black Panther or not, you want to know what's going to happen with Bucky, and when are they going to come get him out of Wakanda? And so that gives you a reason to want to see a Black Panther movie. There was really no reason for me to want to see a Captain Marvel movie other than, oh, well, she's going to be a part of the MCU, so I guess I better watch this movie to stay in tune. That was part of it for me. Like, I just really didn't, and I liked Captain Marvel as a movie. Like, I felt, put it this way,
cool Captain Marvel, but the Brie Larson thing.
Yeah, like, I felt the same about Captain Marvel as you felt about Rise of Skywalker from a normal standpoint. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but
I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's not a terrible movie at all. It's not something that, like, I'll go actively seek out to rewatch. If it's on TV and ain't nothing else on, I might check it out or something like that. But I mean, it has some moments, man. It just, like I said, I think it's an MCU movie that just was way past its, like, that point in the MCU. Like, they tried to throw in that at the last minute, and it was just like, nah.
It's just, it's one of those whatever movies, but it got us through.
Yeah, it did.
Totally did. But I don't know, man. What do you think? You think it's time maybe a little Q&A?
Yeah, let's get some Q&A going.
Let's see what everybody up in here.
Appreciate y'all hanging with us this morning.
Yes, most definitely. Actually, I mean, I wasn't going to tell Josh no when he asked for us to cover for him today so he can get this whole thing situated.
Oh, yeah, man. No, of course not. There's no way.
No. So we appreciate all three y'all for coming to see us.
All three of y'all.
We are getting some nice likes too. Oh,
hey.
I think even the usual people who dislike Josh's stream came by to dislike it too.
That's cool. We appreciate y'all too.
All of that. Yeah, if you like it, dislike it, shoot, just keep clicking it. Actually, YouTube's gonna look at that and be like, "Yo, it's popping over there. What's going down?"
Right.
Are the buttons broke? I think they're broke. They could be. So yeah, what, Captain Marvel and the Hulk are the only MCU movies that I've seen once. No rewatches, says Nikki. Now, which Hulk are we talking about? Are we talking about the Edward Norton Hulk, or are we talking about the Ang Lee, Eric Bana Hulk? Because I mean, I like them both. Of course, I like the Edward Norton one a little better, but I like the Eric Bana version. Everybody wants to get all downside about it because of the graphics and the way he looked. He looked too cartoony, too gamey. But I mean, for a first attempt and for what they did with that, I don't think it was bad at all.
I feel you.
We got the Dandrix $4.99.
Oh, yeah, super chats. We love those.
See that?
Love those.
Got to catch the replay, but spot on as usual, Al. Captain Marvel should have showed up earlier like Spidey. Keep the fuego content, gents. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Callista Archer says she thinks she's the only one that loved Eric Bana as Hulk. No, I liked Eric Bana as Hulk. He wasn't too bad. It had its problems. But it wasn't bad. Second Street Marvel says Ang Lee Hulk was totally canon. I didn't know if they kept it as canon or not. I think so because of the way they started off the Incredible Hulk. They just wanted to merge and meld the two. But it wasn't bad. See, Renee Ramon asked, why are people upset that the child was just eating eggs and baby spiders? The kids were just hungry and impulsive, just like a kid. I think that people were kind of upset because out of all the things that we've seen him eat, we see him eat something that was already explained as important.
Yeah.
So kind of seeing him do that, not a good thing. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, I think it, to be honest, it's strictly because it's 2020. Like we are in a place where if you look hard enough you are going to find somebody that has a problem with something. And I think we're just in that space now, and more power to them. Don't really know. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, but yeah, those people, you just got to hug them and love them and tell them, hey, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Pretty much.
Fine. So we got S. Gaines in here with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Said, just showing a little love. Keep doing y'all thing. Scorpio gang.
Oh, Scorpio gang. You know it. You know it.
We got Lord Vito coming in with the $5 super chat as well. Said after breakfast.
Yes. Love it, man.
Most definitely after breakfast. I don't know. You probably won't see us too much, whether it be after morning, after breakfast, or in the morning. The best we would like to do is either afternoon or after dark.
There you go.
As you can tell, we was on strict Nerdvenger time.
Nerdvenger time. Hey man, well we first of all we had to get in here and get settled. Chet's not used to rocking with us, man. Like we wanted to bring Wallace in, but Wallace don't do mornings either. So we had to mess with Chet this morning. And Chet, it's kind of a communication barrier with Chet sometimes. Like Chet act like he can't understand what we saying.
I know he understands sweep though. He did a good job sweeping up in here.
Yeah, he sure did, man. It looks real nice. Looks real nice.
I heard sometimes Josh lets him sleep on the floor in here, so that's
man. Why. Got you. I got a question from Nick Williams. Says, is Josh streaming with Theory? I do believe so. I think we'll have everything worked out. He's going to be streaming with Theory. Of course, we'll have After Dark on Thursday, so be sure to catch us. But yeah, Josh will be with Theory, and then I think we moved the Star Wars, Clone Wars, Rebels stream to this Sunday. We just moved it back a week. So yeah, we're gonna get back to getting you the regularly scheduled nerdy content here. Yes. I believe by today we have identified the source and are working to fix the issue, and now we are on the hunt for the culprit. And I have been getting updates all throughout this stream and from my intel, my sources, and I think that by the time we go live Thursday, we gonna know what happened here.
You heard back from Chet support.
Yeah, I got Chet support. Let me know what's up, man. Chet support. Let me know what's up.
That's good. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then I see a tweet. And see, look, I wasn't gonna do this on Josh's show because I don't like messing up somebody else's couch. But I see Captain Pennsylvania saying he has an issue with people who don't like playing Avengers. Well, you know what, Cap? I have an issue with people who don't meet the height requirements to get on the ride at Fiesta, Texas. So how about that? You come over here trying to rattle me early in the morning. I don't appreciate that one bit, my man. You see, I'm up early. I'm tired. And here you go. You want to mess with me. And I don't.
The only filter you got in the morning is a coffee filter. Huh?
That's it. That's all I got is a coffee filter. And see, if I could go nuclear in here and blow this whole damn studio up, but Josh was nice enough to let us come in here and borrow it while he's dealing with the tech stuff. And here you come with it. I'm not gonna do it, man. Sun's getting low. Sun's getting low. Scotty Summer sucks. You know what though, man? Cap, I'm coming for you, Nerdvenger. I'm coming for you Thursday, man. I'm gonna have something for Cap Thursday, man.
Here's something that should make you smile. We got the $1.99 super chat from Mike Porter.
See, yes. See, they're in the clutch. Guys. In the clutch, man. I love Mike, man. Mike's my guy. Mike coming through in the clutch.
I was saving that because when you said that about Cap, I was just about to say that Mike Porter had sent us that.
See, look,
I needed something to bring you back down.
See, look at that. Look at that. That's that power, man.
Yeah.
Scorpio power.
Wonder Bro power, Scorpio
Activate.
Power.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another one. JT, $5 super chat. Thank you very much, JT. Said sharing some B-Day money. Thank you guys for giving us something this morning. You are
absolutely welcome. It has been a pleasure.
Yes, we didn't want to leave you guys hanging. You know, we didn't come through yesterday, but Nerdvengers to the rescue. Here we are.
You know what? That's
Shout
cool.
Out to all you broke Vengers too.
Shout out to we love the broke Vengers. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Yes. And then I see Cap still talking mess. Said he's a strong 5'6". I was a strong 5'6" too when I was 9. Yeah.
In middle school.
In middle school, you know, like, man, I don't remember.
Hey, How many Scorpios do we have here?
You know what? Let me see something. Let's get some fire emojis. All the Scorpios right now. Let's get fire emojis.
Yeah,
I got to see this. Scorpio stand up. and while we checking that, I'll address my man Ryan. I have no problem with short people, man. I don't have a problem with the vertically challenged. I just have a problem with Cap. That's it. Cap is a specific breed of fair complected, vertically challenged people that I just, something about that man just makes the hair on my chin itch.
Their sense tingles when Cap's around.
You know,
because he comes through with them light side powers. Is what it is.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying, Tim. No disrespect, man. It's all love, man. I look. You talking to somebody who's only you know, I'm a hair under 6 feet anyway. You know, I'm salty as it is. I'm really short man with tall man wish aspirations. I got hosed in that situation. My father's 6'3", and my mom's a strong 5'1". So there went my hoop dreams.
Okay, I see about 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, we got some Scorpios in here for real.
Yeah. Jonathan Velasquez.
Hey, S. Dot, I see you. Zach reacts. I see you. Okay. Yeah, see, man, no wonder now it's starting to make sense. Now I see why the people. Yeah. Vito says he's 6 feet exactly. Nice. Yeah, man. I tried so hard. I hit my growth spurt when I was like 12. I've been 5'11" ever since. It just ain't never happened for me. It just never happened for me. It went like from like 5'6" to 5'11", size 10 to a size 13 shoe. I gained an inch in the foot and couldn't gain a foot in the height.
Right, I got you. I teeter-totter depending on the shoes. I'm not 5'11".
Yeah, when I wear now, depending on the kicks I wear, like I'm a strong 6.
Right.
I'm a strong 6 then. I walk around like it too. You know, that 6 foot club, like they treat you different for some reason.
Right. And you know, I'm from New York, so I be wearing them Tims. So.
Oh, see, yeah. Well, you put me in some Tims, I might be touching 6'1".
Yeah, I kind of.
See, look, great. Mike Porter. That's where I wanted, you know, and I bet that 300 look good on that 6'1" frame too. Don't let the people tell you, this big people season. We in here. Yeah. We in here. See, that's what I was trying to see. If I had 6'1" and 300, I'd be good. But when you 5'11" and 300, you just short and fat. That's just the way I look at it. I'm like, dang, man. I look at myself like I want to be more like Josh when I grow up.
I see you, man, showing up with the fire emojis. Okay, I got you.
Cap says he feels like he's 8. You feel like you're 87 years old, Cap? Man.
Yeah, 87.
87 is, man, I'd have gave you at least 62, bro.
Right.
Oh, man.
Tim's and Yankee hats, our uniform. Yes,
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is for you NY boys.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I seen some memes. They had like different color Tims and stuff. Dope too.
That's what's up.
They had Thanos. It was like the Infinity Tims. Hey.
Oh man.
I was down with that. Totally down. With
I
that.
would. I'd rock it.
See, now you got everybody here started. You got Joshua, Nikki's.
Now everybody giving the stats. Everybody giving the stats. Right. Shout out to Nikki Libra gang. I give y'all some love. That's what's up.
See y'all. We see y'all. Libras are good peoples. They're good people. I know y'all. I know some of y'all. Well, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. I think this was a rousing success, all things considered.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have the power issue solved by tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll be having Josh flying in 10 o'clock usual.
See,
time.
that was the thing, man. That was part of, let's just be real with the people. Like, I'm gonna just tell them the truth. Part of the reason we was late was I was negotiating with Josh to try to get that Iron Man suit.
Right.
I wanted to fly in too, but you know, I haven't been properly trained, and Josh thought that I was gonna take it and try to fly and grab something to eat and get seen somewhere. And you know, there's regulations about that. We got.
He was just gonna carry me in.
Yeah, I was just gonna literally fly in with Liverson. We was just gonna do it, but we couldn't. I was this close. I almost had it, but couldn't get him to sign off.
Nah, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. I see Kale coming in with a $5 super chat. It's the
Mm.
first time watching, listening to you guys. Really enjoyed it, by the way. I believe Baby Yoda is keeping those babies safe. He swallowed and not chewed. Yeah, I noticed that. I
That was
noticed
one
that
of the.
too at
I
the end.
I told my
Yeah,
wife that same thing. Like seriously, I was like,
yeah,
I thought at first maybe he was just like inhaling them to hold them there, and
yeah,
I'm like by the end of the episode I didn't think so, but you never know, man. You never know with Star
yeah.
Wars.
Nah, I thought that, but at the same time, I was keeping quiet on it, to be completely honest, because I already got my who Sasha Banks might be entwined with theory, and I like to pop them out one at a time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised because I think that's kind of why they showed the difference between him inhaling those eggs,
yeah.
but he took the time to crack open the spider
Oh
eggs
yeah,
and
and get the
spider out. You know what I'm saying? There was a difference there. And if
yeah
he was inhaling the whole, that's a huge egg. If he's inhaling them, why is he still so hungry? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I mean, it's a back and forth thing.
Yeah,
I would
we
say,
we never know, man. And then too,
yeah.
we get to we as sweaties get to analyzing our analysis, and
This is what we did.
this is what we
we're
do.
for. Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
what we like. Exactly what we like to do. So it's up in the air. It's 50-50, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah, me neither. Me neither.
Not at all. Not at all. But I would like to say, as we always say, y'all ain't gotta
We-
go home.
But you got to get the hell up out of here.
For sure.
My guy Lavis. I like this morning stuff once I wake up.
Hey, yeah. Once we get going.
Are we,
It's
so that does mean that we taking naps, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm crashing. I'm going back to my spot and crashing
yeah. Exactly what I'm doing.
before I get to Nerd Vengeance for the day.
Yeah, I'm about to hit that Nerd Venture helicopter and get the heck up out of here.
I am not mad at you, my guy.
Alrighty, y'all.
But on that
Okay.
note, y'all be cool. We'll see y'all Thursday night or in the next
episode. Hey. I think it's your turn.
I'm gonna let him wait for it.
Okay, yeah, you're supposed to.
Let the music